A Wisconsin woman is set to testify from the grave, essentially. Before she died, Julie Jensen told people her husband was planning to kill her. She even gave a letter to one of her neighbors. It said, quote, "I pray I'm wrong and nothing happens, but I am suspicious of Mark's suspicious behaviors and fear for my demise." Well, Julie did turn up dead. Ultimately, her husband eventually was charged with her murder. Joining us now, defense attorney Anita Kay and former prosecutor Dan Conaway. Dan, first to you, is this allowed, a letter basically from the grave, to be allowed in court?
Absolutely. There is no controversy here concerning the Supreme Court decision in this case. It simply reaffirms a well-established principle in common law that goes back close to 1,000 years to the Anglo-Saxon courts. It's the idea that if a witness is unavailable, it's an exception to the hearsay rule. If you're unavailable, then certain evidence, provided that it's relevant and provided that it's meaningful and provided that it's authentic, can come in. Now, obviously, in a murder case, the victim is dead. And if you're dead, by definition, you are unavailable. Therefore, the Supreme Court simply reaffirmed a principle here. This is not a radical decision. The defense is trying to throw a smokescreen up here. There is nothing wrong with this evidence coming in. In fact, for it not to come in would simply be ridiculous in this case. This evidence needs to come in. It's established in common law.
Anita, so it comes in. I would think it would be pretty effective for jurors to hear this woman's voice ultimately from the grave. How do you approach it as a defense attorney?
Well, Jane, it is difficult that this is coming in, and it is somewhat of a bad precedent because you have the Sixth Amendment, which is the right to confront and cross-examine witnesses. And in this case, the defense won't be able to do that. They won't be able to cross-examine Julie Jenkins this note. So the issues that you have to attack as a defense attorney is, what was the motive behind that, writing that? I mean, the defense here is that she committed suicide.
Yeah.
So you had this letter that she wrote 2 weeks, prior, saying, if anything happens to me. Well, why wasn't that investigated by the police? Why didn't the neighbor take that letter to the police?
Plenty of holes in the story. I'm sorry, you guys, we are out of time because Martha's up next, and she's not going to be happy if we get to her late. Anita Kay and Dan Conaway, thanks to both of you.